welcome back to AM Live. We have Larry Baker, LNS Promotions, is going to tell us about Bluegrassin in the Foothills.
It's coming down the pipe about a month from now.
I know, we were just talking behind the scene that I saw you a year ago. We were here together, and last year was a wonderful time, and we're looking forward to this year. So what do we have lined up? Who's playing?
We've got a great lineup again, as usual. We're trying to bring a lot of bands that people don't see every week somewhere, so most of these bands are from outside of California, from Tennessee and Georgia, Kentucky, Virginia.
Bluegrass area.
Bluegrass area.
That's right.
Well, so is Amador County.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it that. It's my 12th time trying to make it, a bluegrass community. So, and that's one of the things I'm really trying to push this year, is to try and get the local people to come in. And I'll just give a little hint. Over the next through 2 or 3 weeks, just looking to buy and sell for local people. We have a coupon's going to be, breaking in there, which we have every year, but it's up to $20 off.
Wonderful.
$5 a day per person. So that's quite a savings. But we're just trying to get local people, give them something to do, and bring people, out and see what we're all about.
What can we expect other than awesome music? I have not been to Bluegrassin in the Foothills myself. So is there food?
12 years? Where have you been?
I don't know.
Last year, I tried to put a banjo in Richard's hand, and he said no.
I was probably traveling out of town. I'm out of town quite a bit on the weekends.
Okay. Well, what we have, first of all, the gates open on Monday, the 15th. Of September for early camping, jamming, and just fun and socializing and all. And that's a lot of the fun of this festival is the jamming, because the Fairgrounds has so many little areas that are unique to Plymouth. The atmosphere I call it a mystique atmosphere. The late nights, it's still warm. People are out picking their music until wee hours of the morning and just having a great time. The music is what it's all about.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole thing. But we got a lot of bands. We got 14 bands lined up.
Really?
We've got arts and crafts. The Plymouth Foothills Rotary Club will be manning the beer booth. That's important.
That is important to know.
Yeah,
That's
it's a good fundraiser for them. So they, and we get a lot of support to them, so they can do their thing. And Troy over the Fairgrounds has been very, very helpful. And
Troy Bauer was a great guy.
oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. I don't want him to hear this. I hope he's not watching.
Okay, we won't say
He'll charge
any other
me
good
more.
words about
He'll
it.
charge me more knowing that.
Well, people can have a great time in September. They can go up to Plazas the week before and before the Plazas closes, and then they come down to the Bluegrass Festival the next weekend. A lot of people have their RVs sitting at home and say, why did I buy this thing? Well, take off and spend 3 days up at Plymouth at the Bluegrass Festival.
Exactly. And that was a good plug that you just did for him. So, and I asked him to bring some flyers over so we can tell people about it. But we're real big on trying to bring things to the community. When you're speaking of that, we want to bring people. Almost all of our fans are from the outside of Amador County, and they come up. They love it. The weather's good. The wineries are good. All of the things that they have, the restaurants and so on and so forth. And we want to try and get them to come back, which a lot of them do. A lot of them do come back during off bluegrass time, and they'll patronize. They'll stay at various places and either hotels and or RV parks. And so anyway, that's what we feel that we want to contribute as much as we can and bring money to the county. To Plymouth, to Jackson, all of Amador County, and where they'll spend their money and helps the local businesses.
Early bird tickets are up to September 1st, right?
Yes, and that's with a package, a 3-day package with your camping, and it's only $100, which sounds like a lot, but that's 3 full days of music. And that's camping included. We have plenty of electricity out there if you get there, ample time.
Where else are you going to get that kind of deal? Because you spend $25 just going to the movies now.
Yeah, exactly.
You get popcorn and everything.
And that's for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I had a thought too. You mentioned RVs, so anyone, even local people, can drive over in their RV, have somewhere to sit and relax in between some of the music, spend the night if they want. Then they don't have to drive home if they want to enjoy the beer that's on tap there.
That's right.
And it's a safe way to do it.
And it is, and it is. And I always say I've lived by this motto. Again, we do 2 other festivals besides this, so I live by this motto. The music starts when it really stops, and what that means is all the jamming and all the activities afterwards, because people have jamming. You can walk around the corner, as we talked about earlier, and do your thing and musically and hang out, see friends you hadn't seen in a long time, and it's just a good way to do it. We do have people that live in the county that they do come out and camp with us. And they love it. They just love it. We just tell them, bring more friends.
Yes,
Bring
exactly.
more local people. Again, my emphasis this year is really trying to get local Amador County residents involved in what we're doing. It's one of those things until you've been there and seen it and enjoyed it, and there's really we have very few rules. I mean, just your normal, don't break
Rule
the
is
laws.
have a good time.
That's right.
We live by life is good. That's our motto. Life is good. If you can't have fun with what we do there, then we're doing something wrong, or you're not any fun
Well, it
yourself.
sounds like a lot of fun, definitely.
We talked about the early bird, but people can also come in daily. Was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday? They can come.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the gates open at 8:30 on Friday morning for day tickets. And day tickets on Friday are $20. Saturday is $25, and Sunday is $15 or $20, I guess. So that's real cheap for 8 or 9 hours worth of music.
That's right.
And then if it goes into the evening, it goes longer.
I assume that you have food as well to
yeah.
go along with the beer.
Gotta have the food.
What do you
Yeah,
have?
Chase.
What do you expect?
We've got tri-tip sandwiches, hot dog, sausage, great Mexican food, ice cream, kettle corn, coffee vendor with smoothies, a variety of good food, and it's all private people that do their thing, and they've been with us for a long time, and it's always good. No complaints.
Good.
So you can tell I eat a little bit of that.
What are some of the notable bands that you're going to have this year?
Well, one of our headliners this year is Atkins and Laudermilk, and I just had them at my Lake Havasu show. And Edgar Laudermilk is a bass player with a high tenor voice. He's just awesome, and he used to play with a band called Third Time Out. And if you Bluegrass, that's a big band. I had them again at my Lake Havasu show in the past. I also have returning, in which I don't do a lot, but Larry Gillis band from Georgia. Larry is half of the Gillis Brothers band that used to.
Oh, yes,
That's
I
a great
remember
name
that.
too.
Yeah.
The California Swampgrass.
Yeah, it's Swampgrass, and he produces a festival in Georgia, which we've been to, and it's called Swampgrass.
Oh,
But his album and his last CD and everything is called Swampgrass because he lives right in the swamps of Georgia. And a little scary for me, but he's always teasing me about rattlesnakes and gators. He goes gator hunting and
Gators,
stuff like
that's
that.
right.
You had Reno and Harrell on the screen a minute ago.
Yeah, Reno and
Bring them
Harrell.
back.
If you follow Bluegrass, Reno and Harrell have a big history. Their dad, a couple of the Reno brothers here, their dad was Don Reno, yeah. And the sons play the bluegrass, and they've gotten together, the sons, and now that's the next generation. So, and then we have a band that's not pictured here, but it's called Ron Spears and Within Tradition, and it's a reunion. In 2004, when I had my festival here, the band was together, but they've all just kind of gone on to other things and doing other bands and all. And now we're having a reunion with it. So it's going to kind of exciting.
So they're all
Yeah.
going to get back together and play a few songs there.
Sure. Now, one thing I want to note too is aside from all of the bands, we have what's called Kids on Stage. And that is kind of like real cool. That's on Sunday morning. And we'll have the kids come up, young as 3, up to like 17, excuse me. And I buy them T-shirts, and they come up there, and that's the best time. Flashes are going, and parents are excited, and so on and so
Do
forth.
they bring their own instruments, or are there instruments for them to play?
Both. Mostly they bring their own instruments because they're trying to learn, and it's a guy that he has a staff that not trains them, but teaches them, and he'll come up. They practice all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and then come up Sunday. So they're dedicated to it.
So they bring
it's
on the
awesome.
show on Sunday.
Yeah,
That's
and that'd be
great.
Sunday morning.
For the people that camp up there or want to come up early, is there food in the morning so they can get something and get some breakfast?
Absolutely, we have breakfast. We have breakfast. Being served, a coffee vendor, and you can get all your goods there. They've got muffins and so on and so forth.
Wonderful. Sounds easy. So again, September 19th, 20th, and 21st. What time does it start in the morning?
Music starts at 10, and it goes until about 10 at night.
Fabulous.
You can check out our website at landspromotions.com.
Okay.
Okay.
And with that, we'll be right back. We're just going to a quick break.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.